Silver price holds above $58, and nobody is prepared for what's happening behind the scenes. Comex deliveries are exploding. Asia is draining physical at a historic pace, and global bond markets are flashing warning signs. Some analysts say this is a supply crunch. Others say it's the start of something much bigger. Whatever it is, the silver market just stepped into territory we haven't seen in decades.
Peter Spina's statement. Peter Spina made a bold observation, saying, "Silver is heading into the $60 next because there's not enough physical silver to send it back to the $40. This is a very strong take. What Spina is describing is essentially the idea that physical scarcity can act as a price floor. Whether that plays out or not is something only the market decides, but his comment reflects the current fear that physical supply may not match demand if this momentum continues. Hansa Czerny on Comex deliveries. Hansa Czerny reported, Comex silver deliveries are exploding, and the market is pretending it's normal. Day 3 of December, 8,855 contracts already delivered. That's 44.275 million ounces of real silver taken off the exchange. This is not business as usual. This is a run on the vaults. This kind of language, run on the vaults, shows how dramatic this delivery activity looks to some analysts. Heavy physical takedowns on Comex always attract attention, especially when they happen early in the month. Gold Telegraph on performance. Gold Telegraph added, silver is up plus 88% in just 12 months against the world's reserve currency. Talk about a move. An 88% move in a year naturally grabs headlines. The tone here isn't forecasting anything, it's simply pointing out the scale of the run so far. Peter Brandt on parabolic moves. Veteran trader Peter Brandt shared his view, silver. I am not sure where the top will be, but I believe those that are talking about $100 or higher silver have a tarnished brain. Know this, big run-ups in silver are followed by very long and very cold winters. I do not buy the concept of inflation-adjusted silver pricing. Brandt is known for being brutally honest and extremely disciplined in his market commentary. He's basically reminding people that silver historically experiences hype cycles followed by deep and painful corrections. It's his classic warning against emotional chart watching. Silvertrad on banking pressures. Silvertrad reported, banking crisis continues to escalate. TBTF Bank's tap Fed repo facility for another $9.25 billion Tuesday morning. $72.25 billion in bailouts for TBTF banks since the Great Silver Futures Market freeze Thanksgiving night when the silver squeeze began. It's really starting to look like silver is indeed taking down one or more global banking giants. This is a very dramatic post linking repo usage to silver market stress. Whether or not that connection is real is debated, but it shows the level of tension and speculation floating around right now.
Bar chart on silver's winning streak. Bar chart highlighted a historic trend. Silver on track for 8 consecutive green months, which would equal its longest winning streak in history, set back in 1980. This comparison to 1980 is significant because that was the last time silver had one of its most famous parabolic climbs. The Great Martis on chart patterns. The Great Martis noted, silver, closing in on short-term target. This is by no means the final high. It's just the measured move of the cup and handle pattern, longer term $100. He's commenting from a chart pattern perspective, pointing out technical structures, not giving predictions, but sharing how the chart looks from a technical analyst's lens. Hansa Czerny on China's weekly flow. Czerny added another important update. China just signaled the real story behind silver's move. SGE weekly silver vaults minus 28,680 kilograms. SHFE price $59.05 per ounce, still above Western spot. Daily vault bump noise, weekly drain the truth. When nearly 29 tons leave Shanghai in a single week, it tells you one thing. Physical demand is accelerating while the West is still pricing paper. Asia is setting the real benchmark. The rest will have to follow. This highlights the ongoing narrative of East-West dislocation in pricing, Asia paying higher than the West and large tonnage being withdrawn from vaults. This is one of the main explanations being repeated by analysts following China's metals flow. Hansa Cerny on Japan's bond market. And finally, another strong comment from Cerny. Japan 30-year at 3.422%. The most indebted country on Earth just lost control of its bond market. What comes next? Capital flight, forced BOJ printing, pressure on U.S. treasuries, and global liquidity shock. And in this environment, physical silver becomes the ultimate safe haven. Stack or no. So overall, the sentiment across these voices is intense. Some are warning about scarcity, some are highlighting massive physical flows, some are skeptical of high price targets, and others are pointing to global macro stress as the backdrop. Everyone's seeing the same price action, but interpreting it through very different lenses.
Gold Silver HQ shared a fascinating snapshot of silver's long-term progression, saying, Silver price, 12/2/2015, $14.14. 12/2/2020, $23.98. 12/2/2025, $57.35. Next doubling within a year? This kind of timeline really shows how dramatic the last decade has been for silver. From the mid-teens to the high 50s, it highlights both the slow buildup and the sudden acceleration we've seen recently. And that final question, next doubling within a year, captures the curiosity many people in the metals community are quietly wondering about, without making any prediction. It's more like taking a step back and observing how unusual this setup looks. Then, Bob the billionaire added his own update on Comex activity, posting, "For once, a quiet day at the Comex drain. 61K withdrawn, all depleted from eligible. No deposits again. Zero movement in or out of registered. I guess we can't have fireworks every day." Bob's tone here is almost humorous, pointing out that even on a quiet day, there's still 61,000 ounces being withdrawn, all taken from the eligible category. And the fact he jokes that there are no fireworks today shows how wild the recent vault movements have been, when a 61K withdrawal is considered calm. These two posts together paint a picture of a market that has changed dramatically over the last decade, with price momentum on one side and continued vault drawdowns on the other.
This video is for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing in this content is financial advice, investment advice, or recommendation to buy or sell any asset. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any financial decisions.